Hello everybody, how are we all doing today? Let me just check my mic. One, two. Sounds good. Okay, hello and welcome back to Farm Sim Friday. It's been a while. It's been 2 weeks because we didn't have a Farm Sim stream last week, so it's gonna be good to get back into it. Sorry we're a little bit late today, but we will get started in just a minute. We don't actually have long left with Farming Simulator 22 now. There's less than a month to go until FS25, so this is actually our second to last stream in FS22. That means next week we're going to be playing Farming Simulator 22 for the last time. So still a lot to do. We're going to try and do as much as we possibly can in the last couple of streams that we've got left. We're going to try and do another harvest. We're going to plant some crops today and harvest them next week. But yeah, this is, like I say, this is really the beginning of the end for Farm Sim Friday, at least for FS22. We will obviously be continuing it in FS25 once that releases. Hey, says Not Season, how are you doing? Hope everyone's had a good week. Feels like it's been a while since I streamed, because we obviously didn't have Euro Truck this week, or Farming Sim last week, so the last time we actually played a driving game was last week's Trucking Tuesday, but we did play some Minecraft on Monday. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the game now and we will dive into it. Okay, there we go. Just make sure everything's up and running as it should be. And if everything is working properly, the game's still paused. If everything's still working properly, then if I go and get us into a tractor here, there should be something quite interesting happening. There it is. Okay, so we have a head tracker, and it actually works properly this time. So a little bit of backstory. Obviously, the head tracker, we tried to use an eye tracker in Trucking Tuesday last week. It worked terribly. It was not very good at all. But one of my viewers, called Chris, thank you Chris if you're watching, recommended this software instead, which is actually a head tracker rather than an eye tracker. The problem is that my eyes move around a lot, especially when I'm checking the chat, and it was causing the camera in-game to go absolutely crazy. So yeah, he suggested that I use this head tracking software instead, so now moving my eyes around doesn't actually affect the in-game camera, but if I turn my actual head, it does. So this should work out a lot better than the eye tracker we tried to use last time. It only works in cab view, obviously outside the cab. We're just using the thumbsticks to control the camera as usual, and when I'm walking about on foot, obviously, it doesn't work there. But when I'm in cab view, we can now look around. Okay, so that's all well and good, but what are we actually doing today? There's quite a lot to be done. We need to plant some crops for the next year. Like I say, we've only got one more harvest in Farm Sim 22, so let's make it a good one. I'm just going to fast forward the clock a little bit so that the sun gets up a little bit more. There we go, 6:30 will do. Okay, so the plan is, let's have a look at the fields. Oh, the eye tracker still works even when I'm in the menu. You can see behind the menu there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so the plan is, we have 4 fields. We got field 23, 19, 14, and 1. Or if we look at the farmlands, we got 7, 4, 10, and 79. And we are going to be planting these today. So I really need to know what we should plant. Let me know what you think we should be planting. I don't think there's anything that actually needs to be done to get the ground ready. I think it should be ready to go straight in there with the planter. I think we're going to do what we did last time and plant 2 different crops. So we'll plant 1 crop, we could do 2 fields of 1 crop and then 2 fields of another crop, or we could do like we did last year and plant 3 fields of 1 crop and then 1 field of another. Like I say, oh, my eye tracker's just stopped working. That's unusual. Weird. Oh, and now it's working again. Strange. But yeah, like I say, we could do 50-50, or we could plant slightly more of one thing, or we could just plant 4 fields of the same thing, although I'm not really that keen on that idea. I'd quite like... Oh, I still can't quite look behind me. I'd quite like to do at least 2 crops. And Notseason is suggesting wheat. We could do wheat. Some good old-fashioned wheat. I don't think we've actually planted any wheat in this playthrough. We did buy a few fields that already had wheat in them way back at the beginning, but I don't think we've actually planted any wheat of our own yet. So it could be worth a look. Okay, let's have a look. You know, we can do all this in the minimap, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, seed bed, it's all seed bed, so no ploughing's in the... ploughing's here, right. No ploughing needed. There's still stones in field 19, but I think that's a lost cause at this point. I think there's just always going to be stones in field 19, because we still haven't got any equipment that can actually pick them up. If we look at stone pickers real quick, we've still got these 2 that don't actually work, because the stones are the wrong size. Do we actually have a planter? 1 second. Yeah, we've got the Isaria Scout. So let's check the crop calendar and see what we can actually plant. We can't plant anything today, so maybe we should, well, apart from grass and oilseed radish, we could do some contracts for today, and then in March we can do our first actual crop. So again, if you've got any suggestions for what we should grow, do let me know. What do you mean the end is near, says LG. The end is near for Farming Simulator 22. There's only 4 weeks to go until FS25 releases, which means we're only doing 2 more Farming Sim live streams before the release of FS25. Next week will be the last ever Farming Sim 22 live stream. So there's a few things that I want to finish up in this world, in this save, before the next game releases. My camera's gone again. Okay, I think this might be a problem with the actual webcam. If it keeps doing it, we'll just not bother with the eye tracking. But I think, like, my camera itself keeps turning off, which I'm not sure why, but... Okay, we're going to do contracts. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked already. We're going to do some contracts today to make us a little bit of money. Cultivating and 2 ploughing. Okay, we can do cultivating. Let's accept that in field 66. And then, where is the plough? The cultivator. I actually can't remember where our cultivator is. It's in here. Good. So once again, I can't actually look all the way behind me. In fact, I can't look at all because the eye tracker stopped working. Again. Okay, I think we might have to not bother with the eye tracker. In retrospect, I think using an eye tracker in the first place was a stupid idea, because this is the second stream that I've tried to do it, and it just doesn't work. I don't know why it's not working. Your guess is as good as mine. But if it's going to continue to play up, if it's going to continue to play up, then we'll just turn off eye tracking. Okay, where are we going? Field 66, which is there. Okay, just up the road. Did I pre-order FS25? I have pre-ordered the collector's edition of FS25, Oscar. The eye tracker stopped working again. I'm just gonna leave it turned off. Yes, we did. I did pre-order the collector's edition of FS25. Hopefully, it'll come straight away as soon as the game releases. I know, obviously, because it's a physical copy, they have to actually post it. So. But I ordered it from Amazon, and they're pretty quick, so hopefully, if it comes out on the 12th, hopefully I'll get the actual game on the 13th, or maybe even on the 12th, who knows, but I won't be doing the first stream until, I think, the 17th, because obviously I want to wait till Farm Sim Friday to actually play it. Okay, this is field 66, okay. We're probably going to stay in the third-person camera anyway for this job. Like I say, I think the head tracking might be a lost cause. I might just wait until FS25, and we'll try and use it in that game. And I'll have my new PC by then as well. I've actually bought my new PC officially. I haven't mentioned that. I didn't mention that on Minecraft Monday, but I have bought my new PC, and it should be arriving like next week, really. Obviously it's custom build, so it takes like 4 to 5 days for the actual assembly, and then obviously a couple of days to post it. But like I say, I'm hoping I get it next week. It'll definitely be here before FS25, which is good. I'm very, very excited to finally have a new PC, because this one is starting to show its age. You know, starting to show its age when I bought it, actually, if we're being honest. But yes, like I say, new PC on its way, should be here next week, and then a couple of weeks after that, FS25 drops, and I'm hoping that I might be able to get the farm stick as well before FS25. If we can get that, then I'll be very happy. How much was it? Says Truck Spotting UK3. It was £1,002. So just over twice the price of my current PC, but it's definitely worth that. It's way, way more powerful than my current PC, so it's definitely going to be worth it. Well, I guess we'll have to actually use it and see if it's worth it, but it should be. It's got a RTX 3060 graphics card. That's 12GB graphics card, compared to my current PC, which only has 3GB graphics. So that's already like a quadruple improvement. And it's got way more storage space. The big thing, like, I've paid extra for more storage space because the biggest problem I have with my current PC is that there just isn't enough room on it for all of my games. Like, games these days are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's getting to the point where you can only really have like 3 or 4 big games installed at once because you just don't have the space for anything else. So yeah, I've paid a bit extra to get extra storage put in it. It's actually going to have 5.5 terabytes of storage compared to my current PC, which has 2 terabytes. And 1.5 terabytes of that is SSD as well, which is going to make the games run a lot faster in and of itself. But like I say, that's where most of the money is going, to be honest. The graphics card and the storage, because I wanted those 2 things specifically to be improved compared to my current rig. I got a NASA PC, says Not Zeason. Nice one. If I had the money, I would also like a NASA PC. Honestly, if I could afford it, I would go all out. Absolute, the most powerful computer ever. But I think, like I say, I think $1,000 for what I'm getting is a very good price. It is still fairly low budget, which is good. Where's Omzy Thursday? Says your fave PSV mechanic. Omzy Thursday is going to be coming once I get my new PC. I have decided officially. I'm not going to start any new games now until I've got my new PC. I'm not going to start any new series or anything like that. That's why I'm glad that it's coming just as I'm about to finish Farming Sim 22, because it means, once I've finished Farming Sim 22, I can uninstall it, and I don't have to worry about installing it on my new PC just for a couple of weeks. And like, I don't have to install FS25 on my old PC just to then reinstall it on my new PC. It's like I'm getting the new PC at exactly the right time, that I can finish FS22 and continue with FS25. But yeah, that's the reason that I'm holding off on Omzy as well, and there's a couple of other games that I really want to play that I'm going to wait until I've actually got the new PC to play them. But like I say, that should be soon. It'll be before the end of the month, so I would say Omzy will probably be coming in November. Do you drive? If so, what car? Says Ryan. I don't actually drive in real life, Ryan. I've never really been inclined to learn. %, complete. This does not look like we've done 72% of the field. It looks like we haven't even done half of the field. But I'm not complaining. Oh, the clock's still on ×1. Whoops. Let's put that up a bit. Yeah, we really want to get through February because there's not really anything we can do in February. Once we get to March, then we can start planting our final crops. Like I say, let me know, by the way, what you want me to grow. Preferably grain, because we've got a combine harvester, so, wheat, sorghum, barley, oats, anything like that. I can do soybeans as well. We did soybeans last year, so, that's also an option. think we'll do it in rows for the rest. I've done about 5 headlands there, which maybe not the way to do it normally, but in fact let's just go straight across there. We can come back for that bit. We might not even need to come back for that bit actually, because apparently we're already like 80% done, even though we've still got all of that left. Like we're 82% complete apparently. So I think this one's going to be very lenient. Oh, I'm late, says Poppy Pork. Don't worry, Poppy, you haven't missed much. This is our first job of the day. We've just been working on some cultivating. Farm Sim 25, not quite. We're still in 22 at the minute, but FS25 is only 1 month away. We are very close. This is actually going to be the second to last stream of FS22, so next week is going to be our last ever FS22 live stream, and then in November we'll be back with FS25, which again I could not be more excited for. We've just started to see some information about the new NPCs that are in the game. Was it last Friday you were out with... Yes, it was last Friday, Poppy. There was no Farm Sim last Friday because it was my brother's birthday. That's why I took a week off last week. But yeah, they've just announced like some more information about the NPCs that are in the game. There are actually voiced NPCs in this game, which is really cool. Maybe not necessarily what people were asking for, but I think it's a really cool idea. I think it's going to make the game feel a bit more alive, you know, rather than just like opening up the contracts menu and going down here and being like, oh, this guy wants me to cultivate his field. Instead of that, you can actually like go to this person's farm and actually speak to them, and they tell you, oh, can you do this for me? At least that's what it seems like they're doing. That's what they've showed so far seems to give off that impression that you'll actually be able to physically interact with your neighbours and talk to them rather than just open the contracts menu, which I think is really cool. I think it's going to make the game feel a little bit more alive, you know. Oh dear. Any special edition versions like the one where you got the light from? Yes, there is a collector's edition, which is what I've pre-ordered, and it comes with an ignition key to go on the desk here, a little ignition, a little ignition thing with 2 keys, and like a giant software keyring, which is really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Like you know how much I love my peripherals. I like my game to be as immersive as possible. And obviously we got the beacon light now. We got the handbrake. We got the gear shifter. So to have the ignition key on the desk as well is just going to make it even more immersive, which is obviously, I'm all for that. It's not realistic unless all deals are made in the pub. Yes, very true, Thomas. I've not actually seen if there's any pubs on the map, on any of the maps that have been shown so far. There is a farmer's market. But yeah, I'd say, like I've said before, I think with FS25, I think there's a lot of features that people didn't necessarily ask for, but they are good features, you know what I mean? They're things that like people didn't necessarily like things that people wouldn't think of. You know what I mean? Like things that are really good additions to the game, but that nobody has really thought of until they're actually in the game. And I think the NPCs is one example of that. Like, no one was really asking, you know, are you going to add NPCs to the game with voice lines and stuff? But now that they are actually doing it, people are like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, actually. You know, I feel like there's a lot of things like that they're adding to the game. I think we've done this contract. We haven't. We've 99%. Okay. Well, that's okay, because we've still got a big patch here. What are the benefits of the Patreon, says Lewis. So if you join my Patreon, Lewis, for £1 a month, you will get, first and foremost, you'll get your name on this board with my other Patreons, who I'll read their names out in just a minute. You'll also get VIP access to the Discord. You can join Discord for free, but if you're a Patreon member, you get access to the members-only channel on the Discord. You also get access to my live archive, so you can watch all of my past live streams on YouTube. As well as occasional behind-the-scenes footage. I forgot to get out of the field before I took money for the contract. Whoops. Yeah, you get, like I say, behind-the-scenes content. Sometimes I share, like, uncut footage or alternate takes and stuff like that. Sometimes I share my videos early, like my Trans Awakening video that I did earlier this week. A very special video that I've been working on for a very long time. My Patreon members actually got to see that a couple of days early. So there's a decent little selection of benefits. Like I say, it's nothing massive, but it's a few little bits and bobs just as a way of saying thank you for your support. And like I say, I think £1 a month is a fair amount for what you do actually get. If I offered more stuff, I might make it a bit higher, but for what I'm currently offering, I think a pound's quite fair. Didn't know I could see live stuff. Where do I see that, says Jess? Well, if you go to my Patreon, Jess, and you look at my posts, there should be a pinned post which has like a link to the YouTube playlist. And yeah, like I say, all of my previous live streams are on YouTube. You can watch them all in full if you just follow that link. I say all. Obviously, I try to keep it up to date, but sometimes it takes a few days to actually put new streams up there. So my Minecraft stream from this Monday and the Lego stream from last week aren't up there yet, but they will be very soon. Like I say, I do try to upload the VODs as quickly as I can. Thanks for following, Blonde Baller. Very nice of you. While we're on the subject of Patreon, by the way, shout out to my current patrons. We've actually got a new name on the board this week, so thank you very much, Daniel Wilkinson, and of course the usual suspects, Kate, Sophie, Gabby, and Jess. That's JE55. Thank you all very much for supporting me on Patreon. It's very much appreciated. Okay, there's no more contracts to be done. So I really don't think there's anything else we can actually do in February. There's no more cultivating contracts. There's nothing we can do in our own fields. So I'm really not sure. I mean, we could always just skip ahead to March and start planting. I think that might be the best option, because the planting is going to take quite a while anyway. Shut this. We could start selling up, I don't know. We're not going to need the bale spike anymore, because we're not going to be doing any more bales. So I could always take that to the shop and sell it. Like I say, with next week being the last live stream, I shouldn't have parked this forwards, but never mind. With next week being the last episode of Farming Sim 22, we are going to have to sell everything up and see how much money we've made in total at the end of the whole game. So it might be a good idea to start selling a couple of bits now that we're not actually going to need. Right, hold on. I'm going to try and put the eye tracking back on for a sec. Like I say, the problem is the eye tracker is working. It's my webcam itself that keeps just turning itself off at random intervals, which is quite annoying. It might just be a loose connection, like the USB might not be plugged in properly. I'll try and sort it. But it's not really the end of the world. I feel like the eye tracker isn't really that useful in Farming Sim anyway, at least not compared to Euro Truck. I have also got it working in Euro Truck, so next Trucking Tuesday we will be using the eye tracker again. But it does make it a lot more immersive, you know. Again, you know how much I like immersion, and being able to look around with my actual head is very fun. I like it. Why is it the last one, says Will? It's the last one because we are almost at the release of FS25. So next week is going to be the last live stream for Farm Sim 22. Then I'm going to take a couple of weeks off, and we're going to start a new series in FS25 in November. When I say take a couple of weeks off, I mean a couple of weeks from Farming Sim specifically. I'm still going to be doing my other live streams, Minecraft and Euro Truck. But there won't be any Farm Sim Friday for the last 2 weeks of this month. Because as I say, we are going to finish playing FS22 and then start again in FS25 in November. When's the release? The 12th of November. And I believe our first live stream, I think that's a Monday, so our first live stream will be on the 17th of November. We're going to play single player first. Like I say, I'm going to start off playing single player for a few weeks, and then I will be setting up a multiplayer server. Or actually, you know, I might do a one-off. I might do a one-off stream and play Farming Sim on a Monday just once, because you know, I don't really want to get the game and then have to wait until Friday to play it. So, you know, maybe we'll break the rules just one time and play it on the day it actually comes out. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to sell, or return rather, because these are technically leased. Return the bale spike and the... Oh, whoops. I need to... I should have sold that first before I sold the front loader, because now I'm going to have to push this back into the sell zone. Okay, can I reach it from there? Nope. Lovely. There we go. That's still not in the sell zone, apparently. Why not? Okay. You know what? Why am I even bothering to do this when I can just return it through the shop? There we go. Right, okay. I do still want to customize this, though, to remove the front loader attachment, which I think we can do there. Nope. Why are you... Okay, I heard the click. Now it's in the zone. Right. Customize. Front loader... None. There we go, back to normal. Screen draw. Yeah, I think everything else is as it was. ROPS. Oh, that's toolbox. Where's the toolbox? No. Okay. There we go. What's the map? The map's called Osada, Tom. That's O-S-A-D-A. I think I'm having the same problem with the head tracker that I had in Euro Truck, which is where, like, my brain can't handle the fact that I'm moving the camera without touching the stick. So I always end up turning my head and forgetting that it's affecting the camera. It's pretty cool though. I like this. This is really cool. And obviously, like I was saying earlier, the camera is not jittering about all over the place now, whereas when we were doing it with Euro Truck, because we were using the eye tracking software, the camera was going crazy. But this is a head tracker instead, which is a lot more balanced, shall we say. When it's working, it's just turned itself off again. So, yeah, I think that's got to be the actual webcam that's causing that. I think the webcam itself is probably like the connection's loose. At least I can see where I'm going, even if I can't move the camera right now. But it seems like whenever the head tracker stops working, all I have to do is go to the tracking software and press stop tracking, and then press start tracking again, and then that resets it. So maybe it is the software that's acting up. I'm not sure. We'll see. I think my sensitivity on the wheel might have been reset as well. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't seem to be as sensitive as it normally is. I can't think why that would have reset itself, but we're too far into the stream now for me to actually care enough to change it. We'll just live with it for now. Okay, once again, I can't quite see behind me. So you can, I can like fiddle with the mapping on the eye tracker so that I can see behind me. But again, we're too far into the stream for me to be fiddling about with that now. So we'll do that another time. Once, by the time FS25 comes out, I will have the eye tracker fully working, in perfect working order, so that we can use it properly. But for now, I mean, this is you know, it's okay. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. And I can still look behind me using my actual rearview mirror, obviously. Even if it's very tiny and not quite as good as actually looking behind me. Oh, and I've just hit a tree, so I'm obviously terrible at this anyway. And now we're stuck in the tree. Wonderful. How are you, says Farber on Xbox 2. I'm very good, how are you? I mean, apart from my tractor being stuck, I'm very good. Oh, hang on, it's coming. I think we're floating. we are completely floating right now. Okay, looks like we're resetting this one to the shop again. Wonderful. If I can find the right button. There we go. Okay. To the shop. And then to the farm. There we go. What map is it? It's Osada, Jack. That's O-S-A-D-A. Have I pre-ordered FS25? I have, Father, on Xbox. Yes, I've pre-ordered the collector's edition. So we'll be getting the ignition key and the MacDon Swather pack. And what else comes with the collector's edition? I know there's new posters. Obviously, I've got the posters on my wall from FS25, 22 from the collector's edition of that. The collector's edition of 25 also comes with posters. There's the gold edition New Holland CR11 Combine Harvester, which I probably won't use, but it's a pre-order bonus anyway. I don't think the season pass is included. I think the season pass is something that you have to buy separately, but I will be buying the season pass, obviously, because I will be getting all the DLC for the game as and when it drops. But yeah, I'm very excited to finally get my hands on FS25. It's going to be a completely new experience for me, not just because it's a new farm sim game, but because I'm going to be playing it on a brand new computer with some brand new peripherals. So it is going to be really cool. For the first time in my life, I'm actually going to be able to play the game on the highest graphics settings. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to skip ahead to March, and then we are going to start planting. If you want to make any suggestions for what crops we should plant, this is your last chance to do so. We've had a suggestion of wheat from Knots Eaten, which I will consider, but any other suggestions will be welcome. Like I say, we're going to try and keep to grain crops, because we've already got the harvester for those. So wheat, barley, oats, sorghum, and soybeans as well, we can harvest with this harvester, so any of those are fair game. Where's the header? Do we not? Oh right, the header was rented, I remember now, yeah. We bought the combine because it was second hand. We bought it from the used vehicle store, but then the header was rented, so we are going to have to rent another header for harvest time. But yeah, let's go to sleep, and in the morning we can take a look and see what we want to plant this year. Oops, sorry, I knocked my mic there. Okay, here we go. So we should now be in... Where's the years? There we go. We should now be in March of 95. Like I say, we are going to be playing up to the year 2000, which will be... Today we're going to do 96 and 97, and then next week will be 98, 99, and 2000. Okay, let's get the seeder out, get straight down to the field, and then we can decide what we're going to plant. Saul, your video editing skills are so impressive. Thank you, Freddie. That was very kind of you. I'm definitely improving. Like, if you look back at some of my first videos that I made, not the piano videos, because I've been doing them for like nearly 4 years now, but if you look back at like the first face cam videos that I did back in like June, it is quite crazy how far I've come with like my editing and stuff like that. I'm very, very proud of the video that I posted on Tuesday. This is actually the first live stream since that video went up, so this is like the first time I'm being able to actually talk to you about it face to face now that it's out. But that video just meant so much to me. It was such an important video, and I wanted to make sure that I did it perfectly. I did it as well as I possibly could, and I couldn't be happier with the result. I think I've outdone myself, to be quite honest, with that video. And I feel like I've set a standard for myself now that every video I make needs to live up to that level, which is quite daunting, but I'm very, very happy with it. Oh, you should be proud. Great stuff. Thank you, Jess. Thank you very much. I don't know why I called you Jesh. Sorry. Thank you very much. Is that the anniversary video? That had great editing. The result was amazing. It was the anniversary video, Freddy. Yes. Thank you very much. Right. Where is there a petrol station? Because as Farmer on Xbox has pointed out, we need some fuel. Okay, there's one just round the corner there. But yeah, like I say, I'm very happy with the editing on that. You may notice that some of my recent piano videos as well are a lot better edited. Because like for my previous piano videos, I don't actually edit them at all, really. I just film the video and then post it straight to TikTok. But I've been experimenting with a few different techniques and like different things with my latest few. So with my cover of Diesel's theme from Thomas the Tank, I experimented with playing two different pieces and then overlaying them with each other, which worked quite well. And then with my Simpsons one that I posted yesterday, I had like the lyrics of the song on screen, like karaoke style, which I think turned out very well as well. So I'm definitely getting better and like trying more complicated stuff with my editing, and I do think it's paying off. So it's always nice to hear that you agree. Thank you very much again. Okay, can I actually get in here? Yes, I can. I think this is someone else's farm, but you know, this is listed on the map as a refuel point. There we go. Oh, no, wait. Crops, soybeans. Oh, thank God. I thought we'd missed our sell date for the soybeans. We don't have to sell those till June. That was a close call. Can you plant barley because that makes mad cash? Potentially, yes. We might do barley. Ooh. We're going to hit that gate there. What map, says Adam Parkin? It's Osada, O-S-A-D-A. It's a Polish map on the mod hub, and it is crossplay. Am I pre-ordering FS25? I have already pre-ordered FS25, Cole. I've pre-ordered the Collector's Edition. I'm very, very excited to receive it. Okay, let me just pull over here for a second. This is my field, so it's alright. Let's have a quick look on the map, because we got 4 fields. In theory, we could plant 4 different crops, but what I would like to do is plant 2 different crops, as we've done before. So if we plant 1 crop in field 19, which is our biggest field, and then plant something else in the other 3. Again, suggestions are welcome. So far we've had wheat and barley suggested, but if you have any other suggestions, now's your chance. The effort you put into the videos is very special. The Simpsons outfit was spot on. Thank you very much, Freddy. That's, I think, the best thing about the Simpsons video as well. I put so much effort into the outfit. I like bought that waistcoat and hat especially for the video. I already had the bow tie, for unrelated reasons. But yeah, I bought the waistcoat and hat especially for the video because I wanted the outfit to be as close as possible to the outfits that they wear in that episode. And I'm really happy with the result. Like I say, I have been trying to wear like costumes in my more recent videos. Like with the Thomas the Tank ones, the recent Thomas the Tank ones, I wore a blue outfit when I did the main theme, I wore an orange outfit when I did Bill and Ben's theme, and I wore a black outfit when I did Diesel's theme. So even if it's not like a full-on cosplay, I do try to like colour coordinate my outfits depending on what I'm playing. Okay, we are going to go barley in here. Like I say, I might not plant barley in every field, but I am going to plant barley in this one. Are we on? We are on, but we're going backwards. Are we planting? We appear not to be planting. Oh, we are planting. Good. Okay, we're not going in the ditch this time. This might be the first time that we actually do the whole field without going in the ditch. That would be a great way to end the series. Well, there's still next week, you know, it could it could all go wrong. Yeah, I think the sensitivity on the steering wheel has definitely gone down. Something must have happened for it to reset itself, because I had the sensitivity up to 200. But it really feels like it's back down to 100. Like, look how much I'm turning this, and the actual tractor's barely moving. Something's gone wrong there. But again, we're too far into the stream for me to waste time troubleshooting. It's something I can live with. Oh, we're in next door's field there. The only trouble is, as well, it's so hard to tell where you've been. Because I think... did we do this with a cultivator? Or was this the roller? I think we rolled this. And the roller leaves marks that are very similar to the seeder. So it's very, very difficult to see where we've been. The ground is very slightly darker where we've planted. Which you might not be able to tell on stream, but I can like just about see it in game. Have I ever played DayZ or DayZ, however you want to say that? I've gone in the ditch. I said I wasn't gonna, and I've done it. I've never actually played DayZ, no, but I have. It's one of those games that's always been on my radar, and I've just never gotten round to because I'm a big fan of zombies games. I've heard very good things about it. From what I understand, it's like a big open world zombies game, which is really cool. So it's definitely a game that's been on my radar for a while, but I've never really got round to it. Again, maybe that's a game for me to try out once I get my new PC. There's a lot of games that I want to stream that I can't currently stream because my PC is not powerful enough, like No Man's Sky, for example. One of my favourite games of all time. I absolutely love No Man's Sky. But I can't stream it because my PC is not powerful enough for that. But once I get my new PC, I will be able to stream it, and there's a few other games like that, like Train Sim Classic as well. I really want to be able to stream Train Simulator, but I can't do it with my current PC. So once the new PC arrives, there's a lot of games that I want to play that I haven't been able to until this point. And once again, for anyone who wasn't here earlier when I mentioned it, I have officially bought my new PC now, so it should be arriving in like the next week or two. And it is a significant upgrade from my current setup, so like I say, there's a lot of stuff that I'll be able to do that I couldn't do before once we get the new one. What PC have you bought? It's a custom build, same as this one from Bedrock Computers, who I highly recommend if you want to get a custom PC for a reasonable price. So yeah, it's entirely customized, but to give you an idea of the specs, the graphics card, that's the biggest improvement. So my current graphics card is only 3 GB. The PC that I've bought, the graphics card is 12 GB. It's an RTX 3060, which again, huge improvement compared to what I've got at the minute. The storage is also massively improved. I've currently got 2 TB of storage on this PC, but the new one is going to have 5.5 TB of storage, so I'll be able to store twice as many games as I have installed currently. The processor is a lot better. My current processor is an i5 6500. The one that I'm getting is an i5 10500. By custom, you mean you choose the parts you wanted and then the company... Yes, that is what I meant, yes. Like I say, I've never actually built my own PC. It's something that I'd like to do one day, but I also don't really have the confidence in myself to do something like that at the minute. But I think a custom-built PC is like the best of both worlds, because you can choose exactly what parts you want, but then you don't actually have to physically put it together yourself. So I do think it's a very good option for people who want a custom PC but don't want to, aren't confident enough to actually build it themselves. And like I say, my current PC is from Bedrock. The one that I've just bought is from Bedrock. I fully trust Bedrock. They're a great company. And if you are out looking for a custom-built PC and you don't want to spend too much money on it, Bedrock Computers, highly recommend. Also, Howard says, no stream on Tuesday. No, there was no stream on Tuesday because I uploaded a video instead. Tuesday was actually the 3-year anniversary of my public coming out, so I made a very special video to celebrate. That's why there was no stream on Tuesday, because I posted that video instead. You can check it out. It's my pinned video. It's right at the very top. It's the first video you see when you click on my profile. It is 14 minutes long though, so you know, be warned if you want to watch it. It's a long one, but a lot of time and energy, a lot of passion, a lot of heart has gone into it. It's a very important video to me, and it would mean a lot to me if you did watch it, if you are interested in that sort of thing. Would love to see you play Daisy. You could call it Daisy Fridays. Yeah, that's a good idea, yeah. I mean, I suppose I could play it on any day of the week, and just put a Z on the end. But like I say, it's definitely a game that I'd like to check out, but I have so many other games on my radar at the minute. In November, obviously, we're going to be starting FS25. I'm going to be carrying on Minecraft Monday. Other games on my radar at the minute. In November, obviously, we're going to be starting FS25. I'm going to be carrying on Minecraft Monday in November. But eventually, you know, like I say, there's a lot of other stuff that I'd like to play as well. I'd like to play trucking. I'd like to play Train Simulator. I'd like to play SnowRunner. I'd like to play No Man's Sky. I'm actually thinking of doing a Factorio series because the Space Age DLC is releasing on Monday. I'm a huge fan of Factorio. I'm really looking forward to playing the DLC, so I might even do a series on that. Long story short, I'm going to be very busy with live streams in November because there's so many things that I want to play. Okay, next field. What do we want to plant here, everybody? So I can plant barley again, or we can go for something else. It's up to you guys. What else can we plant? Let's see. Oh, the seed is still turned on. Okay, we can plant wheat, barley, oat, canola, soybeans, or sorghum. Let me know. I'll give you a second to, you know, put your answers in the chat, and then we will start planting whatever's the most popular answer. Barley. Barley works for me. I feel like we've already got one field of barley. We might as well do another. Oh, no, we pressed the wrong button and hired a worker. Are we seeding? We are seeding. Good. Do you have a Twitch, says Ria? I don't have Twitch, no, sorry. I did stream on Twitch for a while, back in, like, 2021. Or, no, 2022, I think it was. But it only lasted about a month. I only got, like, 10 followers in the entire time that I was on there. So I kind of just gave up on it. I might consider going back there one day. Like I say, I'm quite happy to stream here on TikTok at the minute, because I've actually built up a bit of a following here on TikTok, and, you know, I don't really want to turn around and say to my TikTok viewers, oh, I'm going over to Twitch now, thanks for watching. I suppose I could do, like, multi-stream, like stream on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube at the same time. That is an option. But like I say, at the minute, I'm quite happy to just carry on with TikTok. Hey, says I hope he. Hey, how are you doing today? PUBG, says Limp Dave. I've never actually played PUBG, no. Yeah, so we got 2 fields of barley now. There's still 2 more fields left to plant. I would like to not do all 4 fields with barley, I'll be honest with you. It would be nice to do 1 field of something else. Maybe soybeans again, although, to be fair, we can't actually sell soybeans until July. And we are going to be finishing the game in... not July. When are we going to be finishing the game? March, May, June, July. Oh, we are actually going to be finishing the game in July, but I don't think the soybeans are going to be ready to harvest in July. Not if we plant them today. Let me just check the crop calendar. We're in March, so... Can we even plant soybeans today? We can't. We can only plant soybeans in April, and they won't be ready till September. So maybe we'll give soybeans a miss this time round. What spider do you have? I have a Phidippus ardens. Little black jumping spider with a red abdomen. You might actually be able to see her today, because she's not in her usual place. She normally hides in the little corkscrew, but she's made a new nest right next to the door to the enclosure, so she's a lot more visible. I might bring the tank over later and you can actually see her up close. She still won't come out, but you can actually see her in there for a change. But yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous, Phidippus ardens. If you're familiar with spiders, it's very similar species, like visibly. to the Phidippus johnsoni, which is like a really common jumping spider in America. So if you know what they look like, she basically looks like that. Oh, what have I... Oh, stop hiring workers! It's too easy to hire workers in this game. And we're not actually sewing now. Great. There we go. And once we've sowed the last field, we can actually return the seeder to the shop as well, because we aren't going to be planting anything else in this game. This is it. This is the last barley we'll ever plant in Farming Sim 22. In FS25 though, I really do want to try everything, because this game's been out for 3 years and there's still so much stuff that I haven't done. Like, I've never grown poplars, I've never grown sugarcane, I've never grown carrots, parsnips, red beet. There's so many crop types that I haven't even touched upon in this game, and it's such a shame. Like I say, it's nearly 3 years old at this point, and there's so many things that I never got around to doing in this game. So in FS25, I want to do everything. I want to grow every crop type, I want to farm every animal type, I want to experience everything the game has to offer, you know? Which is why I'm looking forward to having a multiplayer world as well, because, you know, having multiple people involved in it is going to make it a lot easier to do some of those other things. The problem is, like, with something like sugarcane, for example, the equipment is so expensive. It's so expensive to get into, and if you just want to do it one time just to try it, there's no point. There's no point in buying all that expensive equipment just to do sugarcane once, you know what I mean? But again, with a multiplayer world, we'll make money a lot faster, we'll buy up the land a lot faster, it should be a lot easier in a multiplayer world for us to try out all those other different crop types. Especially, there's a lot of new crop types coming to the game as well that I'm looking forward to doing. Spinach, you know, rice, long and short grain. Oh, that's the wrong turning. There it is. Okay, I'm going to do barley in this one as well. And then... Or am I? Am I going to do barley? No, I'm not going to do barley. Okay, I want from you a different crop. Okay? We got 2 fields of barley. I'm going to do 2 fields of a different crop. So let me know now, what would you like me to plant in this field? The options are as follows. Wheat, oat, and canola. Those are the options. Wheat, oat, canola. All 3 of which can be... Oh, actually, not canola. We can't plant that at this time of year. Wheat and oat are our options. Let me know. Wheat, obviously, can be used to make things such as Weetabix, whereas oat can be used to make Oatibix. and various other products as well. Right. In all honesty, though, wheat I think can be used for bread, but you can also use oat for bread. But you can also use oat for cereal. But none of this matters because we're not actually going to be making any cereal in this game. I'm just going to plant, you know. Okay, never mind. I'm making the decision. We are planting oats. And we're not getting a worker to do it. I'm doing it. Stop hiring workers. Okay, here we go. 2 fields of barley, 2 fields of oat. Good enough for me. Let's get it done. Oh my god, I think somehow the sensitivity is getting lower while I'm playing, if that's even possible. Hold on. Oh, maybe I was in too low a gear. That could also be part of the problem, I guess. Hold on a second, I think there's a knock at my door, everybody. One memo. Nope. It would appear that I was hearing things. It's hard to tell when you've got headphones on, you know? It's hard to tell if it's a knock at the door or just some other banging noise from somewhere else. Could be a neighbour, could be next door, hanging a picture on the wall, you know, hammering in nails. I don't know where I'm going with this rant. You get my point. It's hard to tell what something is when you can only hear it through headphones. I thought it was someone at the door, it's not someone at the door. Let's move on. Okay. I'm gonna miss this field as well. I'm gonna miss this stupidly shaped field. I hope there's more stupidly shaped fields in FS25, you know? I feel like one of my biggest problems with Farming Sim at the minute is that the fields are all... In the base game, the fields are all just squares. This is so boring, and I get that it's to make it easier for the AI workers, but the AI workers have also been massively improved in FS25, so I hope that because of that we're going to start to see like fields that are more irregular shapes. You know, it's not realistic. In real life, fields aren't all perfect squares. You get fields that are weird shapes, you get fields that have got big round corners and that have got like 28 sides and whatever else. I want to see that in Farming Sim, you know? In the base game, not just in mod maps. But we shall see. From what I've seen of Riverbend Springs, the American map, it does seem like there are a couple of fields like that. There is still quite a lot of squares as well, but it is what it is. I think as well. Sorry to keep talking about FS25 when we're playing FS22, but from the promotional images of the season pass, where they show like what DLCs are planned, the fourth quarter DLC for next year looks like it could be a British or Irish map, which would be insane. If we can get a British or Irish map in Farming Sim, in the actual base game, not a mod, that would be incredible. I'm really hoping that that is the case. Like I say, from the artwork, a lot of people have theorized that it looks like somewhere, you know, it looks like a coastal British or Irish farm. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that we actually do get something like that in FS25. I feel like now would be the perfect time to do it, because we're also getting the brand new East Asian map, so it's, you know, it's like we're branching out into parts of the world that we've never seen in Farming Sim before. It'd be a really good time for them to make a British map. But we'll see, we'll see. And even if they don't, there'll be plenty of great British maps on the mod hub anyway, because there always is. Okay, I think we're done with the headlands, so I'll just do rows for the rest of this one. Are you guys excited for FS25, by the way? You know, I keep talking about how excited I am for it, but I want to know what your thoughts are. You know, what are you most looking forward to in FS25? What are you, you know, maybe a little bit disappointed by based on what we've seen so far? What do you think they could have done better? Obviously, the game's not out yet, so we can't know for sure. But like, you know, just what are you expecting really? What are you hoping to get out of the game? Like I say, for me personally, I really like that they're adding features that are, like, not necessarily features that people have asked for, but features that are a good idea, like the NPCs and stuff like that. You know, no one was necessarily asking for that, but now that it's in the game, it's a good idea. Tom says, yes, can't wait for it, and how it's an English or Irish map. Yes, like I say, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. That does look like it's an English or Irish map in the Season Pass, so I'm really hoping that we will get one. I think it's about time that Farming Sim had some British or Irish rep, because obviously a huge player base for the game exists here in the UK and Ireland. So it would be really cool to finally see Giants make an official map based in this country. And the new crop types as well is definitely something that I'm looking forward to. I think a lot of people sort of complain about them just adding new crops, and I genuinely don't understand why. Like, there's always you know, a certain portion of people who are never happy, and you know, you look at the comment sections on YouTube and stuff like that, and it's always people like, oh, it's just the same game but with some new crops, and you know, I don't get that, because you know, in my opinion, new crops are a great idea. You know, especially when they're quite unique, which I feel like rice is very unique. There's not been anything like rice in Farming Sim before, right? The spinach is a bit, you know, it's basically the same as, you know, it's basically the same as like your vegetables that got added in the premium edition and stuff like that. But rice, like the way that rice works, the way that you have to flood the fields and stuff like that, I think is so unique. It's different to anything else we've had in Farming Sim before. So I think like adding new crops can never be a bad thing, surely. Oh god, it's starting to get a little bit darker now, so it's really hard. It's even harder to tell where I've been. But we're nearly done with this field anyway. If I can get this done before it gets dark, then we can spend the rest of the stream spraying. I don't know what we'll be spraying. It depends if there's weeds here in the morning. If there are, obviously we'll spray herbicide. If not, we'll spray liquid fertilizer. But we will spray both before we harvest. This field's bigger than I remember. I mean, admittedly we are using quite small equipment, but I don't know. I just don't remember it being this wide. Oh, the new animals as well! Oh, I almost forgot. Oh, have you guys seen the new animals that are going to be in FS25? There's going to be water buffalo and goats. And the goats are so cute. Like, I know the water buffalo are sort of similar to cows, and the goats are kind of similar to sheep. But even so, they're so cool. I definitely want to get goats. We can make goat's cheese, goat milk. That'll be really cool. And the goats themselves are so adorable. And who knows, maybe there'll even be more animals. We don't know yet. There's still 4 weeks left. They could still surprise us. Maybe there'll be stuff that we don't even know about until the game comes out. That would be, you know, that'd be pretty cool if they actually managed to keep something secret until the game actually releases. I doubt they would. Because in this day and age, you can't really keep secrets about games. You have to, like, you have to let everything out before the game actually releases to build up hype, and, you know, if you don't, someone else will leak it anyway, so it's very hard these days for games to, like, keep secrets. But all the same, it would be really cool if there was, like, if there were crop types or animal types that they didn't tell us about until the game actually comes out. That'd be really cool. It just, you know, it'd be nice if there were a few surprises. Okay, last field, the stony field that we can't actually get the stones out of. Like, it's physically impossible to remove the stones from this field, believe me, we've tried. But this is exactly the kind of field that I hope we get more of in FS25. This is the kind of field that I like. You know, it's not square, it's not flat, it's hilly, it's irregular. This is a real field. You know, this is what fields actually look like in the real world. And this is what I'm hoping the fields might look like in FS25. Now it actually is starting to get dark, and if it gets too dark it's going to be impossible to tell where we've planted, so we are really going to have to try and speed things along now. I might turn the clock down to ×5, just because, like, it's already damn near impossible to see where I've planted and where I haven't. Once it gets dark, it's just not going to be possible at all. I could put my rear lights on, that helps a bit, marginally. I don't actually know if we're going to have enough seed left in the seeder either. We've only got 100 litres left. We might not get this whole field done. I might have to bring the bag over with the Massey, which is not a problem. Any excuse to use the Massey, to be honest. You know how much I love that tractor. But yeah, this is draining very quickly. I just know we're going to end up with like one single strip of land left, and we're going to have to refill the seeder just for that one little bit. Because that's the way it goes. Bath Flynn says, congrats on your 3rd year anniversary. Thank you very much, Bath Flynn, that's very kind of you. I had a great day as well. I didn't really do anything special to celebrate, I just, you know, had the day to myself, but I had a great day, and it was really great to see some of the responses to my video as well. Yeah, we're not getting this field done without a refill. No chance. Thoughts on Just Stop Oil, says Thomas. That's quite a big question, Thomas. I don't think there's really an easy answer to it, to be honest. I think what they want is commendable. You know, I think cutting down on oil is a very important thing, and it's, I care very much about the planet. I think maybe the way that they go about their protests doesn't exactly do them any favours. Maybe I'll just leave it at that. Like I say, I think what they want is good. I think the way that they're trying to get what they want is not so good. Like, it seems like whenever anyone talks about Just Stop Oil, like 90% of people just completely hate them, and it's because of the way that they go about doing their protests. I'm all for protest, you know. I mean, I'm literally transgender. I wouldn't be alive today and have the luxuries and privileges that I do if people hadn't protested for me years before I was even born. So protest in and of itself, I'm all in favour of. But like I say, I feel like the way that they go about the protests makes people... It doesn't get people on their side, it turns people against their cause, you know. But again, that's all I'll say on the topic. I don't want to get too political about things. I like what they stand for. Maybe the way that they go about protesting is not the best. Anyway, we are going to have to refill the seeder in just a moment. We aren't going to have enough seed left to do the whole field. Fortunately, we can bring the Massey over with whatever seeds left in the bag. I'm going to turn the clock right down to ×1. just because it's going to take a few minutes to get down here with the Massey, and I don't want it to get even darker than it already is. Yeah, getting very hard to tell where I've been now. Again, if this starts to grow and there's like big strips missing, you know why. You can see on stream how hard it is to tell where I've been. It's probably even harder to see on stream than it is in real life, and it's pretty difficult to see from my perspective. So I can't imagine how difficult it is to tell on stream where I have and haven't been. See, I've missed a whole bit there because I genuinely couldn't see that I hadn't already done that bit. Damn. Okay, but now I'm going over a bit that I have done. Okay. I'm going to refill the seeder now. We've still got a tiny bit left in it, but I'm going to refill it now. We're going to need to, we might as well just do it. Which means we're going to need the rear loader again for the possibly final time. I'm not going to sell it just yet, we might still be able to use it to move some IBCs about later. But this is the last bag of seed we're ever going to handle in FS22. So let's try and pick it up perfectly this time. She says immediately after bumping into it. Here we go. And lift. Oh, textbook. There we go. Now let's get this down to the seeder. 244 litres, that will definitely be enough to finish off the field. And after this, we'll never be planting another crop in Farming Simulator 22 again. It is strange to play the game and know that you're like doing things for the last time. Like, we've already sold the last bales that we're ever going to sell, now we're planting the last seeds that we're ever going to plant. That's better. I think the sun's in the perfect spot now where I can actually see quite clearly where I have been. And also the fact that the direction of the seeding is in a slightly different angle to the ground that we're going over. That makes it a bit easier to tell. Again, in theory. Where am I going? I think we are done. Let's check on the minimap. Okay, apart from a couple of tiny spots, which I'm not going to get too hung up on, I think we are done. Is the seeder off? Turn off seeder. Now it's off. Okay, we're going to return this to the shop because we are never going to need it again. That is the end of seeding in Farming Sim 22. We're never going to plant again. So let's take it back to the shop. That was it. We've sowed our last seeds. Let's go back out onto the road here. How did you change the year to 1996? We're using a mod called Through the Years. That's why the current year is 96. And if you use it in combination with another mod called Vehicle Years, then you can unlock certain vehicles at certain times, which is a really cool feature, and it'd be great if we could see something similar in the base game, but we probably never will. Right. Return the Azaria 6000S. What other equipment do we still have? So we don't have any rented equipment at the minute. We still have... Oh, we can sell the cultivator as well. We're never going to need that again. The sprayer we will still need, and we might need the front loader again as well, the rear loader again. So we'll not sell anything else just yet, but I will bring I'll bring the cultivator here tomorrow, and we can get that sold. And then obviously everything else will be sold in July, which is going to be July 2000, which will be next week. That will be the last day. And then that will be the end of Series 1 of Farm Sim Friday. Hard to believe that it is actually coming to an end. Whoops. Obviously, only temporarily. We will be carrying on with FS25 in a few weeks' time. But we've been playing this game for a while now. I think this is like our 12th episode or something. There was a little bit of a false start because we did play 3 weeks on Baric, the other map. But we've been playing on Osada for about 10 weeks now, which is crazy. It does not feel like I've been streaming for that long. But it is effectively the end of an era. Even if a new era will start a couple of weeks later. Most expensive tractor, says Ashley. Do you mean the most expensive tractor I have at the minute? Because that's this. That is the Fiat DT 1300 here. I've only got 2 tractors at the minute, this and the Massey 35X. Two fantastic tractors which have both served me very well in my playthrough. I've had the Massey, I think, since like the 2nd week of this playthrough. This one's a little bit more recent, but we have had it for a fair few weeks now. And like I say, it's going to be sad to see them go. As far as I know, the Fiat 1300 isn't going to be in the base game in FS25, and the Massey definitely isn't. They'll probably be modded in eventually, but it will be sad to see them go. Hey, says STFC, how are you doing? Ooh, whoops. How are you? I'm good, 2013 Peugeot 5SW, how are you? How's your day? Not too bad, not too bad. A little bit hectic. you know, trying to get stuff sorted. Okay, I'm gonna take that to the shop first thing in the morning to sell it, and then we might do contracts, or we might fertilise, we'll see, or spread some herbicide. Okay, April 96. Let's save. Oh, sorry for yawning. How many more are you streaming? How many more Farm Sim Fridays until FS25? One more stream, I'm afraid, guys. Next week is going to be the last episode of Farm Sim Friday until FS25 comes out. Because I do need a little bit of a break, in all honesty. I could keep playing this right up until the day FS25 comes out, but I would like a little bit of a break from FS25. A little bit of a break from Farming Sim before the new game comes out. So, like I say, next week's going to be the last live stream for Farm Sim 22. Then I'm going to take 2 weeks off, and then we'll be starting a new series in FS25. When does it come out? It comes out on the 12th of November, which means the first Farm Sim Friday in the new game will be on the 17th, I believe. Like I say, unless I decide to do a special one-off stream on the day it comes out, which I might do, but I'm not making any promises. Actually, before I take this to the shop, hold on a sec. Let me just pull over. Let's have a quick look. Are there any cultivating contracts? There aren't. Okay, never mind. We'll sell it then. It was worth a check. Okay, and... any weeds? Yes, there is a lot of weeds, so we will spray herbicide. And then next week we'll spray the liquid fertilizer and harvest. God, look how quickly that's grown. We only planted that yesterday. Lovely. It needs rolling as well, apparently. I can't really roll it once the crop's in there, so... sorry. And we're probably going to take a hit on the yield for that, but it is what it is. Like I say, I just can't believe that it's nearly over. I can't believe that we're nearly done with FS22, because I've really enjoyed, honestly, I've really enjoyed playing this game on stream. I know it's not necessarily as popular as it was when I first started. I know my streams, in general, my streams just don't really seem to get many viewers these days. I'm not sure why. Maybe I fell off. But I still enjoy streaming, and I've very much enjoyed playing Farming Sim here on stream. But yeah, it's weird. Like I said, not to go off too much on a tangent about this, but it does seem like ever since I hit 5k, like I've just completely flatlined. Like we got to 5k so quickly. Like there was a time when I was getting like hundreds of followers a day. There was a Euro Truck stream that I did in July. I got 350 followers in one stream. And you fast forward to now, and on most of my streams, I lose followers. Like, every stream that I've done in the last week, my follower count has gone down. I just don't understand why. Like, my content hasn't changed. I'm doing the exact same thing that I've always been doing, you know. Nothing's different. But I don't know. Like I say, not to sound too conspiracy-brained, but a part of me kind of feels like as soon as I hit 5k, TikTok has just suddenly stopped recommending my videos to people and stopped recommending my live streams to people. I don't know if that's just me being paranoid, but like I say, it genuinely just felt like the second that I hit 5k, just everything's just stopped dead in its tracks. But again, I do appreciate those of you who are here. It's very nice of you to be here with me. I know a lot. I do still have regular viewers. There are still people who come along to every live stream, and honestly, I appreciate that so much. But yeah, it's just it's confusing. It genuinely, I don't get it. I don't get why all of a sudden, you know, I'm just not getting the sort of views and engagement that I was getting literally just a few weeks ago. But it is what it is. How are you today, Sal, says AKB. I'm okay. My name's not Sal, once again. Or Sally. Sorry for the confusion. My name is Saul. Get out of the road. Never mind. Ooh. Like Better Call Saul, says Dylan Winters. Yes, it is. That is the correct spelling of Saul. Where's the 35 today? You know what? I actually left it standing in the field. I'm really a little bit embarrassed about that. Thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot the 35 is still over here in this field. Oh, poor thing. Let's get you back to the farm. Whoops. Can I call you Sol? You can, but that's not my name. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Dylan, because I completely forgot that was still sitting there in that field. I'm eating my breakfast right now. Why aren't you? Because it's 5 o'clock in the evening. Okay, back it up. Not quite that close. There we go. Right. So we need the sprayer now, which is, I believe, in the same shed that the cultivator was in. Yes, there it is. I can't remember if it's got fertilizer or herbicide in it, though. We might have to empty it out. Yes, that's liquid fertilizer. Need to swap that for herbicide. I think we're going to need to put the narrow tyres back on as well, actually, so that means we're going to have to go to the shop again. Okay, where is the herbicide? That's herbicide. That's liquid fertilizer. Okay. How do we unload? Like that. I'm just gonna push it a little bit. There we go. Fill that up there. There we go. Okay, now we have herbicide. We are going to have to go back to the shop again because we need to put the narrow tyres on so that we don't crush the crop. But we're going to spray herbicide in all 4 fields, get rid of the weeds, and then that's probably going to be it for today's stream. That should take us through to 6 o'clock. So. The only thing I'm not going to miss about this tractor is the speed. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic there. Like I've said before, fantastic machine. Absolutely adore this tractor. But it's a bit slow. Like, literally, if it could do 20, it would be the perfect tractor. Because it is really, really powerful for its size. How are you, says Declan Dempsey. Not too bad, Declan. How are you doing? Hope you've had a good week. Hope everyone's had a good week. We are on Friday, so the weekend starts here. Hope you've all had a good time and hope you all enjoy your weekend. But yeah, it's been a pretty hectic week for me, getting all sorts of things sorted. First of all, I had to buy a new monitor because my second monitor has packed up. And I've also bought my new PC, so there's a lot going on at the minute. I'm looking forward to, hopefully, a nice, calm weekend. Okay, we need to customize this. Narrow tyres. There we go. Harry42333 says, is it weird that I like you? I don't think it's weird that you like me. I think you have a weird way of showing it. STFC says, is it the 3060 one? Yes, it is. The new PC that I've ordered is the one with the 3060 graphics card. Like I say, it's already ordered. It's currently being assembled, and then it will be dispatched. So hopefully it'll arrive sometime next week. I'm not going to do an unboxing live stream this time. I feel like sometimes I want to just open something on my own and appreciate it by myself. But I am going to do a comparison video. Like I want to do a video comparing the specs of my old and new PC. And then obviously next year I'm going to do an updated version of my PC price breakdown. But yeah, I'm not going to do an actual live stream of me unboxing the PC this time. What's the CPU and RAM? The CPU is an Intel i5 10500, and it's 32 gig, 2666 megahertz RAM, which is actually the exact same RAM as I've currently got. But the CPU is a big improvement because I've currently got a 6500, and obviously I'm going to be going up to 10500. And like I say, the real big improvement, apart from the graphics card, is going to be the storage. My current PC's got 2 terabytes of storage. This new one that I'm getting is going to have 5.5 terabytes, so more than twice as much. Almost 3 times as much, actually. Okay. Once again, there is no way in hell that we are going to actually be able to see where we've sprayed here, so this could be a messy job. We might end up leaving bits. I think that looks about right. I'd rather go over bits that we've already done than miss bits. So if we are slightly over where we've already been, that's not really an issue. Like I say, I'd rather that than miss bits and have it not all be properly sprayed. Oh, hang on, we can actually check the... Oh no, we can't. This is not fertilizer, is it? If it was fertilizer, we'd be able to use the precision farming thing to see where we'd been. But that doesn't work with the herbicide. So yeah, there really is no way to tell where we've already been. The ground looks identical before and after, and the weeds aren't really big enough to be visible, so... Well, not unless we zoom in real close. Whoa! A nice pumpkin, says Becky. Thank you, Becky. It lights up as well, look. There we go. And that pumpkin, if you joined my live stream last Saturday when I built my Lego insect collection, this came as a free gift with that set. Which is really great, because people were asking me if I was going to have any Halloween decorations on my desk. And then I just so happened to get a free Lego pumpkin. So, couldn't have come at a better time, really. Yes, I did watch you build the insects. Oh, I think, yeah, I remember you did, Becky, yeah. Yeah, the only thing is, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it after Halloween, because I don't want to take it apart and put it back in the box and leave it in a box until next Halloween. That seems like a bit of a waste. But I also don't want a pumpkin on my desk year-round. I might see if I can transform it into something else. You know, at the end of the day, it is Lego, and I could, you know, try and be a bit creative and make it into something else. We'll see. Cameron says, yes, Saul, queer. Thanks for the comment, Cameron. Yes, I am queer. Okay, I don't think we've missed any. But obviously we'll check the mini-map afterwards, just in case. It'd be nice to see what you can come up with. Yeah, like I say, I've not really built anything out of Lego in a while. Like, I've explained in previous videos and live streams, I was obsessed with Lego when I was a kid. But I gave most of my Lego away a few years back, and I've only really started to build up a new collection in the last few years. So it's been a long time since I actually just sat down with Lego and just tried to make something, you know, on the fly. So it would be quite cool to, you know, take this apart in November and see what I can do with it. Next up. This one's barley. That other field was oat. Thoughts on Sam Smith? I have no strong feelings about Sam Smith. I know who they are. No, that's it. A shrug of the shoulders is all I can say. Not to my taste musically, but I don't have anything against them. How do I become trans, says Cameron. Check my pinned video, Cameron, for a step-by-step guide. No, I'm joking, of course. But if you do check my pinned video, it'll tell you the story of how I became trans. So you let people join, says official Yorkshire FC. I think you meant do you let people join? Not right now. I am actually ending this series next week because FS25 is just around the corner. But I am going to be doing a multiplayer world in Farming Sim 25. So yeah, this world's single player only. But as soon as FS25 comes out, I will be doing a multiplayer world in that. It's going to be on the East Asian map, Hantu Pantai, sorry. No, wait. Hatu Pantai, I think is the name of it. I forget the exact name. But the East Asian map, the Japanese map, that's the one that we're going to be doing multiplayer. And it is going to be open. It's going to be a public multiplayer. We'll probably do it through Discord, so you will have to be a member of the Discord server if you want to You will have to be a member of my Discord server if you want to participate in the multiplayer world. There's a link for that in my bio. I already am! Oh, well that's alright then. But yeah, it will be open. It will be like an open server, so anyone who's in the Discord and has the link can just join and play. Can I just hack it off, says Cameron? I mean, I wouldn't advise it. I don't think that's really necessary. No. Maybe not. God, this thing's quite slow when it's got weight on the back. I mean, it is quite a steep hill, to be fair, for such an old tractor. Too late, already done it, says Cameron. Then I might suggest a quick trip to A&E, because you probably weren't supposed to do that yourself. Keep it on ice, they might be able to stitch it back on before it's too late. Or is that only fingers? Oh, the engine's off. Watch PC, says DMP3122. My current PC specs, I've got an Intel i5 6500 quad-core CPU, Asus GTX 1050 Ti 3GB GPU, and 32GB Kingston Fury DDR4 2666 MHz RAM, and 2TB of storage. But I do have a new PC on the way. I actually bought a brand new PC just a few days ago, which is going to hopefully be arriving next week, which is much more powerful than my current setup, and I would be delighted to tell you more about that when it arrives. I'm upgrading from 3GB GPU to 12GB, and 2GB memory, 2TB storage to 5.5TB. So it's going to be a significant improvement on my current specs. But yeah, like I say, currently 32GB RAM, 3GB graphics, and an i5 processor. Have I got FS25? It's not out yet. I've pre-ordered it though. I've pre-ordered the collector's edition. It releases on the 12th of November. But like I say, I have pre-ordered the collector's edition, so I will be getting it as soon as it releases. Like I say, hopefully, because I've ordered it from Amazon and they're fairly quick with their deliveries, hopefully I'll actually receive the collector's edition on the day it releases. If not, then the day after. Cameron says, gonna eat it like a Cumberland. I mean, you do you. You do you. Personally, I've always preferred Lincolnshire. I'm a big fan of Lincolnshire sausage. Please don't take that any other way than it was intended. I mean the actual food stuff. Thanks for following DMP3122. Much appreciated. Oh, we left the engine running in the Massey. Oops. Let's turn that off. Fold down the sprayer. There we go. Be back for you. Don't go anywhere. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this is oat. And then we got one more field of barley to do as well. And like I say, I think that'll probably be it for today's stream. What day will you stream FS25? So it's still going to continue on Fridays. The first Farm Sim Friday will be the 15th. But obviously the game comes out on Tuesday, so I might do a special one-off stream and play it on the day it actually comes out. But like going forward, I'll carry on playing it on Fridays as usual. In all honesty, I don't mind skipping Euro Truck Tuesday to play the new Farm Sim. I might, this might not make people very happy, but I'm kind of getting a little bit bored of Euro Truck at the minute. I would kind of like to take a bit of a break from it, and I probably will after we've done the job that we're on at the minute. For those of you who don't know, we're on a very big job in Euro Truck. We're delivering a helicopter from the Faroe Islands all the way to South Africa, which is going to take us 2 or 3 weeks to finish anyway. But once we've done that job, I might take a bit of a break from Euro Truck. I might play a different trucking game, because I'd like to... I don't want Euro Truck... I don't want Trucking Tuesday to end. But I kind of want to take a break from Euro Truck Simulator specifically. So maybe we could do SnowRunner on Trucking Tuesday instead. Or, you know, there's other trucking games that we could play. But SnowRunner in particular, I'd really like to play. What other trucking games are out there, says Jack? There's quite a few. Obviously, Euro Truck is like the big one. Euro Truck and American Truck Simulator, I think, are the two most iconic, most well-known truck simulators. But I think Mudrunner and SnowRunner are actually more accurate to the word simulator. You know, I not to be that person, but a lot of people always complain about Euro Truck, saying it's not, you know, it's not realistic enough, it's not really a simulator, it's more like an arcade game, and they say the same thing about Farming Sim as well. And while I don't necessarily agree with that, I do agree that SnowRunner is more like a simulator. Like, it's more like what you'd expect a simulator to be. It's got much more realistic physics, much more realistic driving and stuff like that. And it's a fantastic game all around, and like I say, I would very much like to play it on stream. And once we got the new PC, I'll be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to play it on my current PC because it's not powerful enough. But I will definitely be playing SnowRunner on the new PC. Have you given Train Sim World a go? Train Tuesdays? I do play Train Sim World, yes. I'm actually more of a fan of Train Sim Classic, and that is another game that I would like to stream once I've got my new PC. I absolutely love Train Simulator. I've played that game more than any other game on Steam. It's like right at the top of my library in terms of hours played. I don't know why I'm driving up to the tanker. I can bring it down here. But yeah, it's another one of those games which is just a bit too big for me to be able to stream it on my current PC. But as soon as I got my new PC, I would very much like to stream some Train Simulator. I'm not sure what day it will be on, because there's so many other games that I'm playing at the minute. There's so much on my plate. And especially in November, we're going to be playing Minecraft, Euro Truck, Farming Sim, Alien Isolation on a Sunday. we're going to have so many different games on in November that I think we're probably going to have to start making a queue. Probably just going to have to start making a plan of all the games that I want to play next year, because otherwise we'll never get round to all of them. We need a clear plan in mind. But like I say, SnowRunner, very much on the agenda. Train Simulator is on the agenda. I'd quite like to play No Man's Sky. That's another one that I really want to play on my new PC. Factorio. I can play Factorio on this PC, and I might do, because obviously the Space Age DLCs drop in next week, and I will be playing that DLC the second that it releases, so I might do some Factorio. What else? Obviously, Alien Isolation I'm going to be playing next month on Sci-Fi Sunday. After that, I want to play the rest of the Oddworld series on Sci-Fi Sunday. We've already played Abe's Exodus, but there are 5 other games in the Oddworld series, and I would like to play them all on stream eventually. So, you see what I mean? Like, just off the top of my head, that's like 5 different games that I want to play, and there's only so many hours in a week that I can actually stream. So, yeah, if you have any game suggestions, you know, feel free to give them to me, but bear in mind that it might be a while till I actually get round to playing them. Like, I keep getting asked to play OMSI, loads and loads of people are asking me to play OMSI, and I want to play OMSI, it's a fantastic game and I'd really love to play it, but there's just so much other stuff that I want to play at the same time. So as much as I hate to disappoint people, you know, at some point I just have to say, I want to play that game, but I can't play it yet, because I've got other stuff to do. Do you play Flight Simulator, says I don't play Flight Simulator, no. I'm not really interested in Flight Sim, to be honest with you. If that's your bag, more power to you, but I've never really been interested in planes. So Flight Sim's just never been a game that's particularly interested me. Okay, one more field. Half an hour left on the stream. We've got plenty of time. We can do that with time to spare. Whoops, I mounted the fence and elbowed my mic at the same time there, I apologise. Okay, here it is, the last... Whoop, we just clotheslined that innocent woman. The last herbicide we will ever spray in FS22. I might actually end the stream early today, depending on when we get this finished. Because we do still have half an hour left, but this job's not going to take us half an hour, this is going to take us 5 minutes. Like, I don't want to end massively early, but if we come up like 10-15 minutes short, I don't really mind ending it early. We're missing bits, we're missing the edge. Hopefully there were no weeds at the edge. There is, I can see them. See that one. There we go. We got it. Alright, how's it going? Says Neil. It's going good, Neil. How are you doing? Oh no, it's still spraying. Oh, I'll tell you actually, another game that I've always wanted to play, but I've never had a powerful enough machine for it. BeamNG Drive. I absolutely love BeamNG Drive. Like I said, I've never actually played it myself because I've never had a powerful enough PC for it. But to have a game with such realistic physics and such realistic damage, vehicle damage and stuff, it looks so good. I really, really want to try that game. And now that I'm finally going to have a powerful enough PC to run it, I will definitely check that out. And maybe even stream it, who knows, we'll see. That could go on the long list of games that I need to stream eventually. Okay, there's only 20 litres left in the sprayer. I'm actually just going to dump it all out because there's no point in unloading that tiny amount. And if I check the minimap now, there should be no weeds anywhere. How has that happened? How is there still so much... How are there so many weeds in field 19 still? Okay, guess we're going back over there. I can't leave that. Ooh, sorry. I don't mind leaving a little bit here and there, but that's awful. I need to go and sort that out. Fortunately, there is still a tiny bit of herbicide left back at the farm. So we'll grab that, we'll spray the bits that we've missed in field 19, and then we'll end the stream. What's the map says? Hazard the map is Osada, that's O-S-A-D-A. It's a Polish map, it's on the mod hub, and it is crossplay, so you can get it on console as well. Oh, speaking of as well, the multiplayer game, the multiplayer world in FS25 is also going to be crossplay. I want to make sure that as many people as possible are able to join. So if you are planning on getting Farming Simulator 25 on console, don't worry, you'll still be able to join the multiplayer server. Because I'm thinking it's probably going to be completely unmodded as well. I'd like to do a server with just the base game and DLC, no mods. Mostly because I think it's a bit too much hassle having a mod list, because then every time you get a new mod, you have to let everyone who's on the server know, and we got a new mod, you need to download this. Whereas if it's a base game and DLC only server, it makes it a lot easier. Oh, there were exactly 303 litres left in that. Perfect. So yeah, like I say, the multiplayer server on FS25 is going to be crossplay, and it's going to be unmodded. It's going to be DLC only. Apart from, I will just say, any mods that are made by Giants themselves. If you play with mods on Farming Sim, you'll know that there are a few like official mods that are published by Giant Software. Those I'll allow, but any other mods, I feel like it's just too much hassle. It's a lot easier for people to join if they know exactly what content's going to be on the server from the start. Have you pre-ordered FS25? I have, Hazza, yes. I've pre-ordered the Collector's Edition with all the wonderful bells and whistles it comes with that aren't in the Standard Edition. Actually, that gives me an idea. What I might do, instead of playing FS25 on the day it comes out, I might do an unboxing stream of the Collector's Edition. I might, like, open the Collector's Edition on stream and show you what's in it, the posters and the ignition key and all the other bonuses that come with the Collector's Edition. I might do that on the day that it comes out, and then do the first actual episode of gameplay on Friday. Okay, where else have we missed? Okay, there's two quite big bits just here on the slope. I think those tiny bits I'm not going to bother with. How is there still some there that we haven't got? Where? I can't see any more weeds. Aha! Is that it? That's... okay. Well, I'll spray it. Do I play ETS2? I do play ETS2, Marley, yes. I stream ETS2 every Tuesday. We're currently in the middle of a 10,000 mile job from the Faroe Islands to South Africa. I think we're currently in Croatia, so we're about a third of the way through this really long drive. But we'll be chipping away at that drive over the next few weeks until we get all the way down to Cape Town. Okay, there's another missing bit here, apparently. On my left. Thanks for following, Marley Kelly, by the way. Much appreciated. Again, I can't see any. If there are weeds here, I can't see them. It says there are on the map. I can't see any more. I can't see any more weeds. I'm not. Let me just turn the sprayer on and go over it, and then that will probably register. There are weeds there, apparently. I can't see them. That's good enough. You know what? That is more than good enough. Let's head back to the farm. We have now sprayed herbicide on all 4 fields. In the next stream, we're going to spread liquid fertilizer. And then we're going to do our last ever harvest in FS22. So take a good look around, folks, because you're only going to see this one more time. And I mean it. You know, as soon as I've finished the last live stream next week, I'm going to uninstall FS22 straight away, because I'm not going to be playing it again, you know, ever. As soon as FS25 comes out, that's going to be it. So, can we watch you delete it? Maybe. That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, I might actually like share my screen and show you me uninstalling the game. How do I unload? Why is it not letting me unload? There. No. Because, yeah, like I say, there really is going to be no reason for me to have the game installed after that live stream. I'm not going to play it again before FS25 comes out. I'm definitely not going to play it after FS25 comes out. So, yeah, next Friday's live stream is literally going to be the last time that I ever play Farming Sim 22. Which is kind of sad, really. It is genuinely a little bit sad to think that it is over, and that we are done with this game, because I've enjoyed it so much. But, you know, at the same time, we're going to be playing Farming Sim 25, so, which is essentially the same game but better, you know, new and improved. So, like I say, it is the end of an era, but at the same time, it's the beginning of a new one, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Okay, we'll just bring the old Massey back down to the farm. And then that's going to be it for today's stream. I'm looking forward to rice farming, says Noxie. Me too. I am very excited. I think that's probably the crop that I'm most looking forward to in terms of the new crops. We're going to definitely be doing some rice farming on the multiplayer world. Asian style as well, with the little Iseki equipment. I know that they are going to add long grain rice as well, which you can harvest with a regular combine harvester, but I don't want to use a regular combine harvester. I've used a regular combine harvester in Farming Sim for like the last 10 years. I want to use the new specialized rice harvester, so we're going to be doing, like I say, Asian style rice. But I do, like I say, I want to try everything in FS25. There's so much stuff in this game that I never got to try. There's so many crops that I never got to try. Obviously, a ton of equipment. I haven't even driven half of the equipment that's available in this game. So with FS25, I want to do everything. I want to try everything the game has to offer. I want to grow every crop. I want to, you know, have every animal. I want to drive every piece of equipment. I want to get the complete FS25 experience, and I'm very, very excited to get into it. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to do. We've done all the jobs that there are to do. There's literally no other jobs that can be done. Oh, sorry. I'm not yawning because I'm bored. I'm yawning because I haven't been sleeping well lately and I'm a bit tired. I promise I'm not bored. That being said, we are probably going to end the live stream a little bit early because there's literally nothing else to do. In the next live stream... Oh, we got a sand pit out here, I never noticed. In the next live stream, we're going to spray liquid fertilizer on the crops, and we are going to harvest. It's actually going to be the last harvest ever in FS22. I might even make it a 4-hour live stream next week. Like, add on an extra hour, because it is going to be the last time I ever play this game. And we are going to go up to the year 2000. Obviously, we're currently in 1996, so next week we'll do 1997, 98, 99, and we will finish this game in the year 2000. That will be the end of Farming Simulator 22 on the channel, and for me personally. Like I say, I'm never going to play it again once FS25 comes out, so yeah, if you want to join me next week, to see me play Farming Simulator 22 for the last time ever. It'll be same time for 3 o'clock till 7 o'clock on a Friday. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say, to be honest. We can't... there's nothing else to be done. I guess I can save... I'll save the game and end the game here, but I will switch over to my big camera and just say a couple of things before we finish. But yes, it's... I'm a little bit sad about it, honestly. Like I say, I know that we're going to be straight into FS25, so we're going to be playing the brand new and improved Farming Sim in a few weeks' time. But it does still feel like the end of an era, you know, the end of Farming Sim 22. A game which I have thoroughly enjoyed over the last 3 years. I've had so much fun with it. There's so much stuff that I never got to do in this game, which again is why I want to make sure that I do absolutely everything there is to offer in FS25. But yeah, that is where I'm going to end this stream. Next week, same time, Friday at 3 PM, I'm going to be doing the last episode of Farming Sim 22. In terms of my other streams, obviously, I'm going to be streaming more Minecraft on Monday and Euro Truck Simulator on Tuesday, so there's plenty of other content coming up. There might be a video next week. I'm not sure. I've got a couple of videos in the works at the minute. I want to do a Lego review of my insect collection. I'd like to do a review of that, like I did for the crafting table last month. And there's a couple of other video ideas that I've got in the works, so I don't want to say for definite. But there might be a video out next week. There will definitely be streams on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Before we go, huge shout out to my Patreons. Thank you very much, Kate, Sophie, Gabby, Jess, and our new member, Daniel Wilkinson. Thank you all very much for supporting me over there on Patreon. If you want to join my Patreon, there's a link in my bio. It only costs £1 a month, in exchange for which you get your name on this board, as well as a few other special benefits. And also, last but not least, don't forget to check out the Discord as well. You can join that free of charge right now via the other link in my bio. It's just a nice little community hangout, a place where you can talk to me, talk to other members of my audience, get notified whenever I do videos and live streams and stuff. So it's a good place to be if you want to keep up to date what's happening and talk to me directly. That's the best place to do it. So check out the Discord, check out the Patreon, follow me if you haven't already. That's going to be it for today's stream. Enough of me yapping. I'm going to end it here. Thank you all very much. I've had a great time today. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.